Hello, hello. Long time no see, huh? Oh, wait, there is no time. Or is it? Better said, same old, same old. Yeah. In the natural reality, nothing changes. How could it change? Everything is still the same. Like an image over an image over an image, and so on. And yet, it seems new. Who's seeing it? All there is this. And this is not an experience. This doesn't imply the existence of two, of a subject or an object, a seer and an object seen, plain and simple. In this being already freedom, unconditional freedom, everything may appear. Something like the space is not quite that, but let's take it to this. The space allows things to be as they are, as it is already. Space can be compared to unconditional love. The space doesn't say something if a murder takes place or a rape. Or maybe we can call it God. In everything that appears to be happening. And also in the dream of me. In this dream, which many times is taken as a nightmare. In this dream called my life, separation appears to be real. When the person appears in this body, the illusion of a me in this so-called body, nothing but space, remember? Seems like the body is a boundary when there is a me here. Seems like the body is the limit. The me feeling separate, built on lack, it considers itself limited as the body, as this body or that body. That's where the duality appears. Pleasure and pain, right and wrong, good or bad, interior and exterior. Nothing wrong with it. But the space doesn't say something about this, even about this dream. Space is here. And that dream seems to be so fucking real. And few bodies can't take it anymore. They feel this, let's call it suffering, caused by this so-called duality. Yes, because the me is always limited at the surface of this body. This is the boundary. And this makes the me always longing for pleasure. And pleasure is something physical, is about the body. Most of the sages said that the pleasure is the most superficial thing in life, the lowest one, arousal. And yet, this seems to be happening. And this is also this, nothing bad. This pleasure can be sexual, or it, it can belong to some other senses. For example, food, eating, for taste. Everything has the root in this body, everything about the me. And this feeling generates that sense of separation, which leads to suffering, to unfulfillment, unhappiness, and unworthiness. And the body seems to be like your limit. You feel limited, so you go on a path. Seeking started. And living at the edge of this body, the me is living at the mercy of all that is happening, considering that all that is happening is happening to it, to me. Everything is happening to me, for me, or is done by me. That's the illusion that creates suffering. Believing that you are the doer. And the me will always look for pleasure and will always be at the mercy of appearances, of what it considers real. What's happening is real. It happens to me. What have I done to deserve this? Besides, pleasure feeds duality. Why? Because it implies and involves another, another man, another thing, another body, another experience, another state. That's duality again. If you love a woman, if this is your pleasure, then that object, that woman, becomes your master or your mistress. That's not freedom. If you love a man, if this is your pleasure and you're unhappy when you're without him, then that's slavery. That's not natural. But who says that? It's the same as you are looking for money or power. Then you are a slave. The me is a slave of those objects, money, cars, house, I don't know. And every one of you have seen rich people. They have money, a lot of it, but they never have enough. That's the me because this build on lack, this, what seems to be happening, let's call it the present moment, but there is no such thing, is never enough. In those body, there is a feeling that something is missing. No matter where they are, no matter who are they with, no matter how much money they have or what they're doing, that feeling of lack is flowed in that body. That something is missing, something is wrong. And many of them, they don't even know what's wrong. They keep looking for more money, but they are never satisfied, they are never fulfilled, they are never happy. The pleasure is peripheral, let's say. The pleasure is at the edge. They call it a limit, the sages. And the pleasure is meant to be addicted to the so-called exterior. Being itself duality, the me always says that there is an inside and an outside. Just see the separation here. Let's take food, for example. If the food is pleasure, what do you like? In fact, just the taste. And the taste doesn't last. It's just for a moment. When the food goes beyond the mouth and the food is no longer on the tongue, the pleasure is gone. But you want again. The me wants more. And eventually, if you eat that single food that you like, you'll be sick. You'll throw out. And you'll never eat that again. And you go to another food, another food. That's the energy of separation. Never satisfied, never in peace. That's seeking, that's tension, that's war. Nothing wrong with it. It's just what seems to be happening. I'm saying just what is seen from here. That's all. That doesn't mean I'm right or I know shit. But for some of you, it appears that you have had enough. And this yo-yo of good and wrong, or good or bad, right or wrong, seems like it's killing you. But the me will always want something new, something more. That's how the me makes the future something real. And time is not real. Future doesn't exist. Of course, we can talk about, but it's just a concept. From this process, the hope is born. And you keep hoping. But you are tired. You are very tired. And that body seems like screaming. And some of you feel really deep that this hope, this attention, uh, sleeping in the future is not okay. The pleasure is keeping you in a nervous state, a restless state, not really the pleasure, but longing for pleasure. And in the story of me, after the good comes the bad. And that's where the confusion appears inside that body. One thought, let's say a wish, a desire, leads you to another wish, another desire, another desire, another desire. This is the endless process of me. It never ends. It never rests. And you feel like resting. And this is a very complex phenomenon. Millions of people are seeking pleasure. And when I say pleasure, I don't mean about only about the sexual pleasure. Spiritual people are looking for the states, for states, and that implies the body. There is no one inside the body who's seeking, who wants more, who's living for the next moment. There is no more, no next moment. And when the me is looking for pleasure, it cannot see the unconditional love that's already here. For the me, everything is conditioned. You have to do this to get that. You have to meditate to have peace. You have to pray to be redeemed. So me makes this pleasure a goal in life, considering again that time is real, which is false. That's where suffering appears. I'm repeating myself what I do it intentionally. Pleasure is something physical. Happiness is something psychological. Both are illusions. The me is looking for blissful states, for something better, something more refined, something more noble. And this seeking is not different from seeking physical pleasure. It's the fucking same. The me energy, who seems to be contracted in this body and causes a lot of suffering. Mhm. We are told about nirvana. Even in the ancient text, they say nothing is everything and everything is nothing. Hard Sutta. Hmm? Thousands and thousands years old. The moment when all the effort stops, when the seeking energy disappears. And that has nothing to do with the body. All that the body does is futile. It's not wrong or bad, it's futile. You won't get anything because there is nothing to get. You won't have anything because there is nothing to get. This being all there is, it cannot be understood by the me. because all there is just one without the other, one without two. Just this, a complete aliveness, unconditional one. Nothing wrong and nothing bad. A dream seems to appear in this existence, hijacking the clear seeing that everything is God or everything is this aliveness, this unbounded energy, unconditional and unlimited space, no beginning and no end. What seems to be the person's suffering is that he's always looking outside, believing that there is an inside, separation and duality, seeking, looking for something else, living for the next moment, considering that the next moment is always better than what is. But the funny shit is that there is no you already. And without a you, without a me, everything can happen in this body. Rage may appear, pain may appear, hate. Look around you. Humanity is fighting for peace for centuries. Is the war gone? Absolutely not. Fighting for against crime. Are there no more crimes? Absolutely not. It's not about you and what you want. Nobody gives a fuck. The existence doesn't give a fuck about you. Space is all there is. Like peace, love, God, call it anything you want. But this has nothing to do with you or your wants, your goals. You can't do shit about this because there is nothing to do. Everything is already done, gone. Just this. No past, no future, and no present. Even Einstein saw this and said it many times. Where are you when you're not thinking about you? Who are you without the story of your life? What are you without your past? What remains? Life itself, living itself as one, only one. This is all there is. There is no need because nothing is missing. And so nothing can be done or undone. Nothing can be added or excluded. That's fucking it. Have a good one.